Hey man, let's get to it. Let's get to it. What's up, everybody? What's going on out there? Salute, salute, salute. What's up, man? It is the homie, main man, made man in the building, man. Oh yeah. Hey man, y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Coming on through for a Saturday, everybody. I want to say salute to everyone that catches this live. Salute to everyone that catches this on the playback. Hit that thumbs up as you pull up. You already know, everybody. Hit that thumbs up as you pull up. You already know. What's up, everybody? We are about to head into a huge fight week, man. A huge fight week, fight fans. Really ready for this week coming up, man. We got the big one going down. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. You see all of the shoulder programming they got out here. If y'all ain't been seeing it, man, they got a few episodes floating around. You definitely want to check into that. We also got my main man David Benavidez versus Oleksandr Gvozdyk, man. That's a fight that I think that thing gonna be cracking right there, dog. I'm talking cracking. And of course, we got my main man. Hold on. Oops, wrong one, wrong one. We got my main man, 100 grand, Gary Antoine Russell versus Alberto Puello, also on the undercard, man. And look here, man, in this particular stream right here, we're going to talk about some of the advantages of some of these fights. And then look, I can start right here with Gary, truth be told. And we know he's going to be going in there against Alberto Puello. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a huge step up for my main man, Gary Antoine Russell. Once again, you know, proving his pedigree. Say that shit, fight fans. Proving his pedigree. Going up there, man, to take on Alberto Puello, a champion that technically never lost his belt in the ring. So when Gary Antoine Russell beat this man, technically, because he popped for PEDs, technically, it's almost like Gary Antoine Russell beating the champ. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be some good advantages in that fight for my man Gary, man. I think Gary is definitely going to go in there. For one, he's going to have the intensity advantage. Alberto Puello is real similar to, say, like a Rancis Bartholomew, whom we seen Gary Antoine Russell deal with. I mean, he's also similar to the Victor Postal, too, you know, and we seen Gary deal with that pretty good. But honestly, he's more like, to me, Rancis Bartholomew. And I think it's going to be the same 1-2 step for Gary Antoine Russell. Become intense. Make him fight that fight in an intense fashion for most of that fight. And so when I think of the advantages of between Russell and Puello, I would say for sure, the intensity of Gary Antoine Russell, hands down, that's a major advantage for him. Because if it was Puello's world, you know, he would sit out there, he would jab, he would box at a slower pace. You know, you stay over there, I stay over here, I'm gonna work out here, you work in there, and everything is square. You know what I'm saying? But see, Gary Antoine Russell don't make no rosy worlds, bro. Like it ain't gonna be rosy in there. The heat gonna be turned all the way up. And so that pace is going to be kicking from the opening bell to the end. The question for Puello is, can he deal with the intensity for not 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, but let's go all 12? Because that's how Gary gonna be coming. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that's coming on through this jump, man. Salute to you all, man. Salute to my bro, JP Mendez in the house. What's up with you, man? Main man, did you see what happened in the press conference of Masvidal versus Diaz? Not boxing related, but Coach Capetillo got hands. On that note, Jacob versus Mosley Jr. on the undercard. Salute. Jacob versus Mosley Jr. They made it. Done. That's what's up. Oh, no, I did not see that, man. You know, if it ain't boxing, bro, it ain't main, man. You know what I mean? But you know, I need to start getting into UFC a little bit more. You know, I've been that's been something that's been on my to-do list, to really sit down and maybe start learning the UFC a bit more and how things work with MMA, man. I've never ever, not one time, covered one UFC topic on the channel, bro. I am literally like a beginner, bro. I have no idea who a lot of them cats is. You know what I'm saying? Now I do know Jorge Masvidal, and I'm guessing you're talking about Nate Diaz, right? I mean, I'm familiar with those guys, so I guess the big names I'm more hip to, but I gotta learn my MMA. You know what I'm saying? Real deal. Is DC and B more a rivalry or a coalition? Well, in these times, In these times, it's more coalition-y than rivalry like it used to be. Back in the day, it was more of an intense rivalry. But then again, I mean, it's always going to just be like this is always going to be that thing. You know what I mean? The newer generation is more acceptance of one another than we was when we was coming up. When we was coming up, it was like hell nah, that's a be more Bama, man. Nah, nah, nah. And the be more cats was the same way towards us, you know. But now with the newer generation, like you see with a lot of other stuff, they're more inclusion than we were. You know what I'm saying? So a fighter like Gervonta Davis could take full advantage of that. I tell you one thing though, if you asking that question from a standpoint of what's Gervonta Davis's maybe fan base out here in DC, oh, they love him. They love him. That's why he full Hector Garcia out here. You know what I mean? They definitely love him, Lonzo. Is Gary making a return or is he a full-time coach? I don't know, man. I need to get him on the channel, bro, because truth be told, bro, that is a very, very good question. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts now at 126, bro. And I want to see Gary in the mix of all that, but I ain't seeing nothing being steered his way. I ain't hearing about no cards he being on. I mean, hell, Gary Antoine was like a last-minute addition to this card. You know, which he should have been had first priority, if you ask me. But that's a very, very good question that I'm sure me, you, and a lot of folks in the boxing world is wondering. When the hell we gonna see 126, Gary? You know what I mean? Real spill. Hey man, but you know, Puello, does he got any advantages over Gary Antoine Russell? I'd say I'd guess I'd definitely give him the jab for sure, for sure. Puello has very, very good jab. He's a long fighter that likes to fight long. And you know, he fights according to boxing fundamentals. So I guess you might want to say I give him definitely the advantage in the jab department. When it comes to footwork, even though Puello does have decent footwork, Gary also has footwork either. So when it says advantage in footwork department, I guess there's really not much of an advantage there. But I'd say he for sure has the better jab. And that's something that Gary Antoine Russell's going to have to be aware of and work around. He's been getting better with that at each and every fight. He's a come forward pressure style fighter. So is he going to get touched coming forward? 100%. That's just the way it goes. When you jump in water, you're going to get wet. You jump in water, you're going to get wet. So folks may say, man, his defense is a bit leaky. I don't know. Puello make him move and groove on him. Jab and move, keep him on the string. I would say I doubt that. Gary Antoine Russell knows how to get up under punches, cover the real estate very fast, and become intense. Also, Gary Antoine Russell has a really good thing. He mixes up punches very well, upstairs and downstairs. He never neglects the body. He's not a body neglector. He's a body snatcher. Not a body neglector. Oh, I'm going to go 4 or 5 rounds and, I'm just going to head hunt, maybe, let him fill my... Nah, bro, he always putting money in the bank. He's an investor. He's an investor, fight fans. The body work advantage definitely goes to Gary Antoine Russell over Puello. We'll talk more about this fight right here, but I think I just like the fact that this fight is falling in line of some of the similar styles that Gary Antoine has been fighting. A lot of folks, if they was to go up against a Puello and what he brings, I mean, Puello is a dangerous opponent for a lot of guys at 40. He is. He really, really is. That's why he's still undefeated. The only thing that beat his ass was the PEDs. I'm just saying, though, fight fans. That's the only thing that really beat his ass. But he's a really good fighter. And if Gary Antoine Russell wasn't already once again fighting these kind of fighters that present this kind of style, this moving, jabbing style, this moving and want to box you from the outside style, use the footwork to stay away from you, non-confrontational, not so much. Like, those styles can be tricky, and those styles can woo judges. They can woo judges. So it takes an intense fighter who's going to pressure that guy, give him a dirty, grungy fight, and you got to have it in you to do that. Gary Antoine Russell, this is his specialty. So when I look at a guy like Puello, nah, man, I say Gary gonna get him. I think Gary definitely gonna get him. You know what I mean? Gary gonna get him. Watching boxing and watching MMA is like watching rugby and football. Boxing is football. Yeah, the thing that always thrown me off with the MMA stuff, for real, is that boxing is just the sweet science. The whole thing of not being able to use your feet and elbows and knees and shit, that just, You got to hit a man with just these, hit and not be hit. Is there something special in that dynamic right there? You know what I mean? That's why boxing would always appeal to me more than it would in the MMA. In the MMA, I mean, you could just, step on a person's toe. Oops, I stepped on your toe. Now they burn and he fucked his toe up and you could just drop his at. Like it's just little things that in boxing you got to use this and these. This, these, and this. This, these, and this. I just that dynamic right there just works for me, bro. Salute, man. Salute to my homie Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more up north, man. Salute to my bro out there, man. And I hope all is well. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Yes, sir. So let's get on and talk about it now. When it comes to advantages between my man Gvozdyk and David Benavidez. Now, if you look at Gvozdyk is real similar to what we was just saying with Puello. Same thing, right? Oleksandr Gvozdyk is a tall, long, rangy fighter, right? That's what he do, Slim. That's just what he does. He likes to remain rangy. He likes to stay on the outside. He likes to box. He likes to use those tall, long shots. That's what he likes to do. And we know David is what? The come forward guy. He's a tall guy, big guy. Come forward guy, something almost similar to Sebastian Fundora, right? But the difference is that David to me is a much better body puncher than say a Sebastian Fundora. He's a big machine. He's a big freaking machine, fight fans. You can say what you want. Oh, he's so big at 168, yet he got the engine better than damn near everybody at 68. No one don't never talk about that. Canelo want to run around, and make excuses and duck and dodge, fight fans, and dodge and duck. But he's so big and he is all of these pounds and he giving up all of it. Yeah, and still you don't see David gassing out in fights. That speaks to the man's heart. He's a freaking machine and he likes to fight fans. The difference is between him and Gvozdyk is that Gvozdyk is an excellent boxer, right? Pop from the outside, jab, move, pop, let's go. You gonna come forward, I'm gonna go back, pop, let's go. That's Oleksandr Gvozdyk. You don't see much investing in the body with Gvozdyk. Go back to his Adonis Stevenson fight. When he, what he did to Adonis. There wasn't much body work in that. But you go to the Artur Beterbiev fight. And look how Artur Beterbiev went to the inside and wailed on his ass. And then you may say, well, man, Beterbiev is a strong puncher, though, bro. Like, he hit hard. Granted. But the fact that I noticed that Gvozdyk just did not like Beterbiev in the wheelhouse at all. He just was looking for air. Like, it's like he was in a burning building and I'm just running out trying to get air. It's too much smoke in here. Beterbiev, every time he broke that plane, bro, Gvozdyk was a fish out of water. Hard shots to the body, hard shots to the chest. Y'all don't think that that's what David Benavidez does? That's what he does. He gets in your wheelhouse as a big man, punches everywhere, punches and bunches and bunches and punches. And the crazy thing is, most folks want to get on that back foot, right? And they want to get out of dodge, just like any fighter would. But you're going to have to deal with the reach of David as well. So when we go to what is the advantage here between Benavidez and Gvozdyk, I got to say the inside fighting favors David Benavidez. As and I don't know if he's taller than Gvozdyk. He probably, if not taller than Gvozdyk, but to me, the better inside fighter would be David. And from what I'm looking at from Gvozdyk's fights, there's no threats of uppercuts. There's no threats. There's no threats of the counter punching. Gvozdyk wants to get out of the burning building. He's inside. He's inside. He's in my wheelhouse. I got to get out of here. Get out of here. He's not interested in doing. Now you might say, well, man, I just saw a fight. I forgot the guy he fought not too long ago, where he dropped the dude with the short little shot. Granted, who the fuck was that guy from Brazil or something like that? That dude didn't even show up to fight. And Gvozdyk even fought majority of that fight on the outside. It's just that he caught the guy with a short little shot, and the guy just popped up and he got knocked out. The shit was strange if you ask me, but whatever. But when it comes to the inside fighting, David Benavidez is the guy. David is not going to sit there. And once again, like we said with Gary and Puello, David is not going to sit there and let Gvozdyk be comfortable with this outside fighting, this outside boxing. You listen, and once again, if you don't invest in the body, you're not stop. Like, bro, David is going to come and walk through all of that shit, and he's going to put you at mid range, and then you're going to have problems in mid to late. So I got to say, the inside fighting, just the fighting ability in general, just the want and the hunger and the ability to fight in general, to me favors David Benavidez. Now, well, when it comes to boxing ability, boxing fundamentals, of course, Gvozdyk checks those boxes. But you can't sustain it if your body's getting wiped out. You can't sustain it if you're constantly in survival mode, because David is looking to press you. And I feel like that's going to expose Gvozdyk down the stretch. Him not wanting to fight, but wanting to box. Tell me if y'all see something different. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know. Salute to y'all all. Salute to my bro, DIL87 on deck. I see you, champ. I see you. Salute to your family. Salute to you. Willie says, yo, Benavidez said that he touched up Gvozdyk in sparring a while back in an interview. Yeah, this is one of his former sparring partners. So familiarity is going to be there. And I believe, and I think that if he did it, he probably beat him up. He just probably beat him up. Gvozdyk, I'm telling you, bro, he's a fish out of water mid to close. And David's best aspect of his game is how he starts to operate mid to close in the second half of fights, while he's breaking down his opponents. And I think that's going to be Gvozdyk's undoing. Not to mention the fact that he's the older fighter. What is he, like 37, 30, 38, 37, 38? David's still young. So I think all of that's going to come in play. I think also David is just going to beat him up mid to late. I don't think that now, could David run the risk of running into a long shot from Gvozdyk? 100%, especially since David is tall. And he doesn't have that ability to get up under shots and get inside and do a bunch of damage. He's going to more so be walking straight up, right? Trying to get close to you. So can he run into something? Chances are good. Yeah, absolutely. The question is, does Gvozdyk got that pepper in it to really, keep David from wanting to walk through the front door or walk him down? I don't know. And if he gets David attention like that and David bounces back to the outside and want to box with Gvozdyk, I think that style of fight may favor Gvozdyk. I think just like any David Benavidez fight, you're going to get a bit of a hybrid. You're going to get 3 rounds of David, of course, attempting to box, maybe not being that successful at that point in the fight. Then from 5 maybe on down, you're going to get a more, up-paced David, walking your man down, breaking your man down, committing more to the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to get something. I think that's going to be Gvozdyk's undoing in the second half of the fight. Will Gvozdyk be able to hurt David? It's a possibility. Gvozdyk is a big boy. Not known to be like a big power puncher, in my opinion, but he does got good pop. It's not like he's not a pillow puncher. You feel me? So yes, if David is reckless, yes, I think he could hurt David. You know what I'm saying? David got to be careful in there. So to go around Gvozdyk's shots, it's not going to be easy for David. But David's volume, David's ability to press, David's body work, and David's engine, I think all of these things right here going to come into play versus Gvozdyk. And I think that's what just Gvozdyk is going to not want to fight. And I think that David is not going to sit out there. He's not going to box with Oleksandr Gvozdyk, everybody. Y'all, I think that we all know that. DGO, what's up with you? Don't forget that Benavidez was working with Memo Heredia, fighting at 168 pounds. So what you trying to say, DGO? What you trying to say, man? You trying to say my man taking them Brian Garcia power pellets? Nah, man. Nah, we don't know nothing about that, brother. Look, anything that David did wrong in the sport of boxing, he has served his time. We can't cry over spilled milk. Okay, if you want to say, look, he did this, he lost belts, he lost titles. Oh, man, he misses weight on the scales. He lost belt, he lost titles. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge loss for David. So he has served his time for any little thing that you might be suggesting there, DGO. You know what I'm saying? So let's get off David's back, man. You know what I mean? Let's get off David's back. Gvozdyk is a bit taller, says Jane Luck. Oh, okay. So, well, the boxing, that's going to help him for boxing ability. If that is the case, then if he's going to be a bit taller, they still, I mean, we may be talking about what, 1-2 inches. I mean, that's still, David still will have the threat of running into a long shot. You know what I mean? And that scares me. The fact that Gvozdyk don't like to fight, and he don't like mid-range to close, and he don't like to go to the body like that. I just look at all of that and say, bro, you are not. Caleb Plant thought he could just box. You're not going to just box a guy like David. David is looking to fight. You know what I'm saying? Caleb thought, yeah, everybody, man, Caleb was having so much success versus David when he was boxing him. Granted, David he's a decent, he's okay boxer, but that's not his strong point. The strong point is box you till he softens you up to a point, and then the fight gonna break out. What you gonna do when the fight breaks out? When you got his big ass coming at you and he looking to fight, and he's looking to throw punches nonstop. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, for any of y'all who be running around, man, oh, Caleb Plant outboxed him, or that person get outboxed, man. Nah. And see, this is the reason why I've always said, if David is successful versus Gvozdyk, and when we talk about David versus Canelo, the one thing that really gives me like, oh, be careful, is the fact that David throws so many punches and Canelo is a counter puncher. And unlike what I see with Gvozdyk, I don't see Gvozdyk being a big counter puncher, like say a Canelo, who was flicking uppercuts, who would throw in body work, who would look to slip and dip, slip and punch, catch and shoot. Like that's Canelo. Canelo is that kind of fighter, and that can be a huge threat to a David. But Gvozdyk, nah. Don't see it, homies. Don't see it. David hasn't been tested against any big punches, says DGO. Well, listen. So my thing is this: do you consider Gvozdyk a big puncher? If you feel that way, you know what I'm saying? Do you consider Gvozdyk a big puncher? And who is the big punches at 68? He folded Andre, one of the most avoided fighters on the planet at the time, right? And how come you don't give him no credit for that, DGO? Why you don't? We dog Canelo for ducking Andre and everybody else for ducking Andre, but when David do it, he don't get no credit. You know what I'm saying? But who's the big punches at 68? Who's the only big puncher at 68 is really Canelo. You want to say Morrell? Who's the other really big puncher? Maybe I'm overlooking somebody. Who am I not thinking about? That is the big puncher that David Benavidez is not fought or stayed away from. David is hunting down Canelo. He is the biggest puncher probably at the division, right? So David has been running up on him for as far as we can remember. Come on, man. We gotta give credit there, DGO. We gotta give credit, my friend. We gotta give credit. You know what I mean? Oh, the nose candy. See, I knew somebody was gonna bring up the nose candy. Yeah. Well, listen, he served his time. All right, say what you want. He got found because there was a lot of people that gave him shit for that. Rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the nose candy could be used for numerous reasons. If I was more than likely, if it was on another fighter, I'd be giving 1,000 reasons on why that's wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to make it like it's right because David did it. Fact of the matter is, yeah, he got caught up for all of that. But at the end of the day, he served his time or his punishment. He got punished for it. And he had a stiff punishment for those things. Losing a belt ain't easy, everybody. Especially when you on the come up, trying to get your name out there, trying to get a Canelo fight. He got stripped of his belt. What more do we want? He got stripped of his belt. You know what I mean? Salute to my bro, Muhammad Ali, pulling on through up in here. Salute to you, my friend. Hope all is well, Joe. Hope all is well. David better not fight Beterbiev if he decides to fight Beterbiev. Well, first off, Turkey says he's doing that fight. Turkey Al-Sheikh says the fights that he won for David Benavidez after the Gvozdyk, he wants him to face the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. I'm with it. Only thing, it lets Canelo off the hook. But according to Turkey Al-Sheikh, he want to do Crawford and Canelo. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's that man money. He can do what he want. But the fact still remains, fight fans, is David is better not fight Beterbiev. listen, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves in that situation. You know what I mean? Let's just see if Beterbiev is gonna get past Bivol. I mean, I'm not a Billy about that. You know, I think Beterbiev got more than his hands full with Bivol. He's got to worry about the angles. He's got to worry about the power. He's got to worry about the boxing ability, the IQ. He's got to worry about the fact that Bivol has been active and he hasn't. You know what I mean? And Muhammad Tola, I don't want to hear any excuses about activity. When you hear this, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh man, the only reason that, you know, because Beterbiev is coming off injuries and this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing. This fight has been too long in the making. So before we get to David Benavidez and Beterbiev or whatever the case may be, let's just see if he get past the boxing wizard known as Dmitry Bivol. That's all I'm saying. But if that happens, I think him and Beterbiev, depending on how Beterbiev looks versus Bivol, if he's successful, which I don't think he would be, but let's just say if he was, then I think that'd be a hell of a fight. I mean, that's why I got a lot of love for my main man David Benavidez, because this is all he's ever done, bro. One of the best. Moving up to a new class, not wasting no time, getting directly to work, something that all of us boxing fans have asked for. We got the money man in the mix, so we know all of this can all come together. This is beautiful. How does Premier Boxing Champions feel about it? Don't know. But one thing I will say, I don't think that David Benavidez would sit there and let Premier Boxing Champions stop him from going after, what Turkey is proposing. Truth, and in my opinion, I just don't think so. But yeah, man, I think David is game in all of those fights. Him versus the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol, though, bro, that's just boxing on the top floor. And it's little small margins of separation between those dudes. So may the best man win. I'm rocking with my man David, though. I'm rocking with David. Yes, sir. Would Stevenson still be the biggest puncher in recent lightweight memory? Ooh, Adonis? I don't know. I mean, everybody's saying Beterbiev now, right? Everybody riding this Beterbiev hype train like, he's the biggest puncher they ever seen in the history of boxing or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's the testosterone fight fans. Oh, I mean, Dmitry Bivol don't have no PED scandals. No one's never even mentioned the word around Dmitry Bivol. But the fact still remains, they making it like, this guy Beterbiev is the biggest puncher, never known to man. So I guess he's the biggest one since Adonis. But before the Beterbiev hype train started, yes, without a doubt, my man Superman was hands down the best puncher. My boy used to put everything into the shots. Coming from the outside, just loading up, throwing everything into them joints, bro. Throwing everything into him. And when he would connect, it was lights out, man. Salute to Adonis, Superman Stevenson, man. Real spill. Missed that man fighting, bro. He was always an exciting fighter to watch. We never got the big one between him and Kovalev, unfortunately, right? Never got it. Andrade is not even a true 168 pounder, says DGL. See, we can't do that, bro. We can't do that. See, y'all, we got to stop this double standard stuff, bro. Now, we begged Canelo to fight Andrade. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we not beg Canelo to fight Andrade? So now that David got the job done when no one else wanted to do it, let's not do that. If you know what I'm saying, let's not do. We can't do that. For the hypocrisy, man. The hypocrisy is off the chain, bro. Off the chain. Hey, thanks for that winning drive, man. I really appreciate that. Will do, bro. Will do. With the current vacation I'm on, man, I'm just recharging and refueling so we can keep on going strong, everyone. As y'all come on through, everybody, hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. And I really appreciate that winning drive. Real spill. Real spill. Beterbiev is always coming off of an injury, man. Ain't that something? He's always injured. Y'all sure Beterbiev ain't breaking down? I mean, what is he going to do when he got to get in there and constantly keep moving to find Dmitry Bivol? Dmitry Bivol is not going to stand in front of no Artur Beterbiev. As much as y'all want to see highlight reels and Beterbiev beating on Bivol, Bivol is going to be here, there, and every fucking where. You know what I'm saying? Look at what he did to Canelo. He had Canelo in the Matrix. Canelo thought he was Morpheus. You know what I'm saying? I'm Morpheus. Because he didn't know if he was coming or going. That's what Bivol do. Bivol's footwork is immaculate. Look what he just did with this last guy he just fought. Played with his ass. Standing right on the outside of the guy's punches. Like little subtle movements, just little things, just little Jedi master tricks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just little movements. Punches coming like right here, and he coming right back on you. Soon as the announcer man come out, Bivol hasn't had a stoppage since 2019. Boom, he gets a stoppage. Stop playing with my man Dimitri Bivol out here, fight fans. Stop playing with it. But yeah, he always coming off injuries. That's funny, man. That's hilarious. So I definitely, once again, before we move to the next one, David Benavidez, to me, the inside fighting advantage, hands down. The fighting ability advantage, hands down. Better body puncher than Alexander Gvozdyk, who abandons the body, hands down. Gvozdyk, better footwork than David Benavidez. Though David is going to more than likely be the pressure guy, he's going to have to find Gvozdyk at a lot of times. But given he's a big target, shouldn't be too much. His upper body movement is not all of that. You know what I'm saying? I think David will be able to get next to him and beat his body, though. But Gvozdyk, to me, better jab, better footwork, better boxing ability. I would say the power edge, we're about even here. I think we about even in power. I know maybe people may say, well, no, man, I gotta lean towards Gvozdyk on that. Seem to have heavier hands. And David is more of a chip away guy. But David can hurt you with one big shot too. Don't get it twisted. I've seen him do that too. But I'd still say it's about even. In my opinion. So I don't think there's one really big edge in power. I think honestly, like, David is going to overwhelm him. He's going to drown him at certain points in this fight. You know what I'm saying? And so I would definitely say the power is about even, though. So, but as for Alex, and also is Gvozdyk, better jab. I think he has hands down the better jab. Just overall boxing ability in general. You know what I mean? All those boxes are checked towards Gvozdyk. But I don't think that this was going to happen. I think we're going to end up in a fight. Stand by 1 second, fight fans. Let me flick my ceiling fan real quick, man. It's starting to get a little warm in here. All right. But yeah, man, I think we're going to be breaking out into a fight, man. So looking forward to this fight on the undercard. Alexander Gvozdyk versus David Benavidez. David Benavidez moving up to 175 pounds to lay down the law, bro. To let everybody know there's a new sheriff in town. He got his work cut out for him. The path is wide open to greatness. The most beautiful thing is that if Beterbiev and Bivol, once they square all, we talking about an undisputed champion. And if Turkey wants David to be up next, if he's successful versus Gvozdyk, David technically could be walking to an undisputed showdown. You think he gonna let PBC stop him from that, fight fans? Riddle me that. Let's talk a little bit about Tank and Frank. Now, I think we all already know where I'm going at with this, right? With this Tank and Frank thing. When it comes down to Tank and Frank, really, really good fight right here, everybody. Really, 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 really good fight. Really looking forward to this fight. Really, and like let me just get the crap out the way first, because I know how some of y'all are. Ain't that right, DGO? Let me get the crap out the way. I'm gonna say the same thing that I told y'all the other day. You have to give Gervonta Davis credit. Everyone is looking for reasons to hate on Gervonta Davis because he is the biggest star in the sport. And I totally get it. The hate comes with the love, man. It comes with the love. There's nothing we can do about that. But some of y'all out there are being tremendous hypocrites when it comes down to Gervonta Davis. He cannot win for losing in none of y'all eyes, and I don't understand it. It mainly comes from the little goofy Haney fans. Y'all the main ones running around here doing this because y'all want y'all guy to be Tank so bad. So bad. But you cannot manufacture a Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the beautiful thing about it. You don't give him credit when he beats on the little guys. You don't give him credit when he beats on the big guys. You don't give him credit when he gives clout to your favorite fighter, hoping that they come across the street to sign and fight the man, but they never do. He gets no credit for that. He gets no credit for his resume, but everyone at the class wants to fight everyone that Tank fought, but Tank gets no credit while everyone else gets all of the credit. All of the credit for fighting the people that no one wants to see him fight. Tank cannot fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or else all hell's gonna break loose. But Devin Haney can fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and it's just fine. You don't see nobody saying nothing. That, my friends, is what you call hypocrisy at its finest. See, look, DGO, see, there it is. I knew this was coming, brother. I knew this was coming. How do you not give him credit for Mario Barrios when he's a sitting champion currently as we speak? How do you not give him credit for Isaac Cruz when Isaac Cruz currently is a sitting champion? That's how do you not give credit for that, bro? These are champions. And they got to be some sort of good because these dudes became champions after Tank beat them. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We got to stop this hypocrisy, y'all. I know we don't like the kid and you got everything. You may not like Mayweather. You may not like the fact that Tank can attract rock stars like Madonna. I'm almost thinking if Michael Jackson was still here, Mike will pull up to a Tank fight. I'm just saying. I could, especially since Tank came out to the Thriller stuff a little while ago, right? I'm starting to think that if Mike was here, Mike will be rocking with Tank. That's how big he is. We got to stop the hate, man. We got to stop the hate, bro. We got to stop it. Leo Santa Cruz was a 4-division champion, says Damon Webster. That ain't nothing but big. And guess what, bro? Everybody wants to fight Leo Santa Cruz. But Tank ain't fought no one. But Tank ain't got no resume. I don't understand all of this. I don't get it. Tank don't want the fights, yet you don't got one fighter, no evidence, no nothing of no one going to PBC signing a piece of paper trying to get the Tank fight. You got lip service. You got clout chasing. That's all you got. That's all you got. And so salute to Gervonta Davis. So let's just get that little part out the way, shall I? You know what I mean? Think of my bro Muhammad Tola in the house. What's up, man? What's up with you? Tank is special. We just did a little bit of Beterbiev and Bivol talk, so you're gonna want to rewind that, bro. Tank is special with elite skills and ring IQ. He just needs a dangerous big name to put a stamp on it. I mean, you would think that technically he's already kind of got that since, like I said, the guys he's already beat got belts. That's always the signal of a really, really good fighter. When the cats that you beat in your wake, they still winning belts. They still championship level fighters. It's not like they're bums. It's just they ran into a better fighter. It's not, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it so. That's why I used to tell folks for so long, oh, Terrence Crawford beat Ricky Burns. And I used to have Spence Nation pulling up in here laughing at me, man. Ricky who? Ricky what? Who the hell is Ricky? Ricky also won a belt after Terrence Crawford. That makes him something good now, doesn't it? At a higher weight class, just like Mario Barrios did. Just like Mario Barrios did. Well, that means that this guy must be some sort of special if you got the ability to beat people and they still can go and win other belts. That means that they was good. So, I mean, you know, you just don't get the credit for it, bro. You just don't get the credit for it. You know what I mean? But let's look at here, fight fans. Let's talk some advantages real quick. So what is the advantages that we see here? Now, let's just, you know, let's start with Frank Martin. I listened to the recent, I don't know what to call these little episodes no more. What do they call? Face-offs, or they're not 24/7s no more. I don't even really know the new name. But the new shoulder program or whatever you want, the little documentary style stuff they got out here. And I was listening to Frank talk to his daddy, and he was saying that how he played all of these different sports. And they had a clip of him. I think he was playing football, and I think he played some other sports, and he was saying how he was good at all of the sports and so on and so forth. Not to mention, you just look at Frank's physique in general, and you will have to say to yourself, and you look at the way he fights, you would have to say, without a doubt, when it comes to the athleticism of this fight, I would definitely favor Frank Martin as perhaps being the better athlete. And I'll let everyone know how that can play into the fight in just a second. But I would definitely give Frank Martin the advantage in athleticism. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have a good gas tank. From what I've been seeing, does he take off at spots in the fights? 100%. But that's actually smart because he's a muscular fighter. He got a lot of muscle on him, you know what I'm saying? So he can't just be like breezing through that fight from beginning to end. He better take time off or else he will be running out of gas. Muscles suck up oxygen. He's going to need more air. So he's got to take off at points throughout of the fight. He may can give you 3-4 straight, then he's going to take one off. He may going to give you another 3-4 straight, then he's going to take another one off. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. But when it comes to the athleticism totally, I would definitely favor Frank Martin. Now, what that does and what that basically means, he can get to points faster than Gervonta Davis to set up to give off incoming fire. Like if Gervonta is pressing him, Frank can move faster. He has a faster burst. You know what I'm saying? A faster burst of getting off punches, I believe. Athleticism can play a part in that. And how that can affect things is if Tank is coming forward in a high guard, like he likes to do in nowadays fights, he comes forward with that high guard. My man is at a certain point. Tank flips something weak out there. My man is already set up at his point, feet planted on the ground. He can give off a hard incoming shot, make you run into something. That's the beautiful thing about athleticism. Twitch muscles. You know what I'm saying? Really good twitch muscles, really good reflexes. And a lot of that favors Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, the biggest advantage that Tank is going to have going into this fight, without a doubt, fight fans, is what? You said it, you guessed it, power. In my opinion, power. Now, Gervonta Davis, as of recent, if you look at his fights, his recent fights with Ryan, his fights with Hector Garcia, if you look at his more recent fights, he's been fighting more akin to Canelo. Like early on in his career, he was more, let's say, Pretty Boy Floyd. To me now, he's more Canelo. Where what Gervonta does is he's stalking you through the trees. He's walking towards you with that high guard, right? He's giving off a measuring jab. He's looking to measure you to see if you within reach. And once he's kind of filling you with that little touching hand that he likes to keep out there, he's going to explode with 1-2 good shots. Also, Gervonta Davis has good one-shot power, which means that if you run into something that he throws, yeah, he can put you on your ass. He can definitely put you on your ass. We seen it in Ryan Garcia fight, right? Beautiful. We seen it in Rolly Romero fight, right? Beautiful. Running the shots, one-shot power. Or even coming forward against a Leo Santa Cruz, that beautiful uppercut what he hit him with in the corner. Slumped his ass, fight fans. Slumped his ass. Turned your boy into a straight question mark. Sent his ass into the nether realm. It was beautiful. And so when it comes to power, I would definitely say Tank Davis has the power advantage. Another huge advantage for Gervonta Davis over Frank is, I believe, the counterpunching ability. Frank, to me, lives very good once he kind of gets within that, okay, I've measured you, I've touched you with that jab, now I got you within range. And then he commits to 3s and 4-piece combinations. He gets loose. You know what I'm saying? Once Frank feels comfortable enough to let the combination goes, he throws them, bro. 3s, 4s. Like he throws extended combinations. And then he wants to duck in and get up one out of the dodge. You know what I'm saying? Put you on that string, lead you around, measure you. But once I'm there, guess what? Ding, 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 ding. And then I'm gone again. Once I'm hurting you, I'm going to start to impose you in the same manner. I'm going to keep you at that measuring range as I'm walking forward, touching you. Once I'm touching you enough and you in range, ding, 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 ding. Hand speed galore. And so, in my opinion, that's cool and all. Now, keep in mind, Frank is a southpaw. Tank is a southpaw. If you seen my video, the biggest point that I put for Tank is the fact that Tank, who has the power advantage over Frank, who loves to use the jab and build a house on his jab for everything, I think that Tank will have the advantage in being able to time Frank over top of his jab with a lead shot. Now, when can this come, and when it can come more consistently? I'm thinking about rounds. We're looking at rounds same way, rounds 5, maybe 6, somewhere around in that area is when that shot can come more clear for Gervonta Davis. Once Frank has done a lot of activity, moving and moving and moving, Tank may got to eat a few from him, a couple combinations, give off a couple combinations. But once you kind of get his timing, that Tank is always looking to get your timing down. Everything he's doing, even when he's measuring you and touching you, he's hoping you can commit so he can come back. He's always looking to get his timing down. Given the fact that Tank's brick hand is going to be on the same size as Frank's jab hand, I think that Tank has the higher chance of making Frank run into something. Most importantly, putting his jab under threat. Everything that Frank does, he's not a big lead-off kind of guy. Every once in a while, would he throw that uppercut in there? Sure, great. You know what I'm saying? Would he lead off with a good shot to the body every now and again? Sometimes, sure. But for the most part, I'd say about 88, 89% of the fight, everything that Frank does is off of his jab. He don't build his house without his foundation known as a jab. And his house is the combinations. The combinations doesn't come unless the jab is touching and measuring. Everything that he throws out there is behind that jab, which is in most cases is good. I'm not arguing whether or not it's the right thing or not. I'm just telling you the kind of fighter he is. I don't want nobody saying, well, Mainman that's fundamentally sound to work behind. True. That I'm not arguing that point. I'm just telling you what he does. Tank don't do everything off the jab. There's times where Tank takes that opportunity. He'll throw that left hook in there. He'll lead off with uppercut sometimes. He'll lead off with a straight left hand in a lot of cases, especially when he's looking to time you. So what I look at it is, you go back to that Hector Garcia fight, where Hector was a southpaw. Hector was having a lot of success early on in that fight. It took Tank a while to get that timing down. But once he got it down, it was night-night. It was night-night. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. Took him a few rounds to get his timing down. Once he got it, night-night. Same thing with Rolly Romero. Same thing. The only difference is Rolly, Ryan, they're not southpaws. They're not southpaws. Yeah, they're not southpaws. They're not southpaws. And in a lot of cases, what? He timed them, what? Trying to impose on them. Trying to impose combination punching on them. I think that Gervonta Davis will have the better timing advantage and the ability to possibly take Frank's jab away or put it under threat and make him caution to throw it if he's eating lead shots and counter shots coming right back at him. Uppercut, straight left hands, you name it, fight fans. You name it. You know what I'm saying? You name it. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. Y'all going in on that Bivol and Canelo. I'm reading through the comments. Gloves off. Thanks, Damon. Thank you. Thank you. The new 24/7 is called Gloves Off now, man. There's so many of them joints floating around out there. I be forgetting it. Loma Shakur, Gary Antoine Russell, those would be good names on Tank's resume. 100%. Y'all already know I would love to see Gary Antoine Russell versus Tank. I'm hoping that since Gary Antoine Russell's on the undercard, I don't know, man. Maybe PBC ran out of options. I mean, where else would they move? I mean, after Tank and Frank, if hopefully they're not trying to like stand back towards Pitbull or nothing like that. But where else would he go? If Gary becomes the star of the show with his card, there may be some pressure to do Gary and Tank. Don't get that twisted. As for Shakur got to get his business in order. The ball is basically in Shakur's court in that case. I mean, he's a free agent after his next fight with the guy Artem. It's up to Shakur. You know, it's up to Shakur. Now, truth be told, I think Shakur should stay with Top Rank. There's a lot of smoke still over there. Teo just floating around like ain't nobody even knocking on his door. So I think he should go over there and stay over there and get Teo and Loma, but that's up to Shakur. You know what I mean? That's for Loma. I think Loma will do it. Truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised if they try if that's an option. I don't know, man. Loma will have to definitely win, have a belt. I wouldn't. Bob would do that fight too. I think Bob would do. I think it has crossover appeal, and I think that would be an option. Truth be told, I don't think that option's totally off the table. Loma's starting to age a bit too. They'll look at Loma and say, you know what, he's aging. He's just coming off of winning a belt. It's a possibility. I think it's big enough to do crossover level. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said Lonzo says Tank has faster twitch muscles. Really? I don't know. They both kind of really neck and neck on their twitch muscles. I would give, like I said, I would slightly favor Frank, that because he's always looking to throw combinations. Always, man. And you can say Tank has really good ones too, because he's a counter puncher and he's such a good counter puncher. So you got to have good twitch muscles to do both, to impose long combinations, 3s and 4s. In Frank's case, he will wail on you. Sometimes maybe even 4s and 5s. You got to have really good twitch muscles, and his defense is not the worst. You know what I mean? Not the worst. But I think his chin is going to be exposed when he flicks his jab. And I think Tank will have the ability to come either over the top, from the side with a left hook, or from the bottom with the uppercut. With the uppercut. You know what I mean? That's just how I see that, man. Salute the blind faith up in this joint. Salute to your family. Hope all is well. All is well. You got to make Tank box Tank actually box for 12 rounds to beat him, unless you have the power or technique to knock Tank out. Yeah, you got to make him work. Making Tank work is a good thing. Yeah, and you're right. Tank has his moments in fights sometimes where he's kind of getting outboxed. I will admit that. He's so short. And once again, the style of fighting that he's looking to do. Tank is looking to get next. He's so small and short, so he's got to get next to you. So unlike back in the day where he used to bounce on his feet a little bit more, Tank is now just kind of weaving through the trees and weaving and trying to just get next to you. We get into your jabs and looking to come up under it or come over the top of it. So he's putting himself in harm's way. So it does appear at times where he's getting outboxed. You see the same shit with Canelo. Canelo do the same thing. You go back to Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders. Same thing. Canelo has mastered the art of conserving and taking his power all 12 rounds and stamina. Well, he still kind of puts out, a bit, but Canelo's getting up there. But it's, to me, elongated his career. Like, Canelo was always known to be a gassing out fighter, damn near almost argued to be 5-6 round fighter back in his early days. But he's effectively mastered the art of, no, I'm going to be conservative, economical, and I'm going to be powerful and strong in the second half of the fight. Tank has got that shit down. The Tank can start fighting that way and he love it. And so, but it gets him marked up. It does get him marked up. He's not looking to use his boxing ability as much as he used to. And when he's faced with boxers, like he was to say with a Hector Garcia, he's looking to put the high guard up, pressure you down and make you work. It's an effective ass style if the opponent is dumb enough to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to work so hard and keep moving and grooving and think, oh, I'm warning the judges. Yeah, I'm doing good. He's barely swinging and I'm doing all of this. The judge see all of this. And now in round 8, he's still strong as hell and you huffing and puffing. And another thing, the characteristics of Derrick James fighters, right? Frank Martin is coached by Derrick James. Charlo, Earl Spence Jr., Frank Martin, all work behind the jab. Derrick James imposes in his fighters, flick the jab, do everything off of that jab. That's a Derrick James characteristics. Earl Spence, right? Known for the jab, doubling it up at times, right? Doubling it up just to bring doubling it up just to bring that left hand downstairs, or doubling it up or to bring that big left hand upstairs, right? Charlo, same thing. Charlo, if you look at Charlo, the way he fights, off the jab, when he was committing to overhand too many lead shots, inaccurate, right? Go back to that Austin Trout fight. Inaccurate, swinging for the fences. So what did he goes back to? Working off the jab. And now if you look at Charlo's style, look at the Canelo fight. Even though he wasn't doing much, the one thing he was doing is what? Jabbing his ass off, right? Jabbing his ass off. That's a Derrick James fighter characteristics. And I'm expecting for everything that Frank does. I don't give a damn if he blinks. I don't give a damn if everything that he does before he drinks his water bottle, he's going to throw a jab. Everything that he does. And I think that if you keep doing something over and over and over and over against a timing fighter, it's just a matter of time and the writing is on the wall. Man, you don't put that down. Salute to y'all all, man. Salute to y'all all. Everybody hit that thumbs up as you're coming on through, man. Hit that thumbs up to everybody, man. Rolly was playing. Shit, that's what he was. He sure ran into something, you know what I mean? He sure ran into something. Burn check calling out Shakur out next. I can tell you, bro, Shakur should be saying one name and one name only. I don't want to hear nothing about no Burn check and Shakur. I don't want to hear nothing about no Shakur and Tank, even if you're not going to go over there and do what you got to do. I don't want to hear about none of that shit. All Shakur needs to be doing is hunting down Teofimo Lopez. I am not understanding that whole mixture right there. There ain't no way that I'm not hunting down Teo. And see, that's Shakur. You gotta, unless he's like this close from locking down the Tank fight, maybe gonna make a sacrifice to go over there and do it. Cool. But the energy between Shakur and Teo is minimal. And I don't get it. You want a super fight, right? Teo wants a super fight. They asked Teo in recent interviews when he was just coming from the fight the other night, who is your super fight? And he couldn't answer no. He didn't even have an answer. He said Terrence Crawford. That's what he said. He said Terrence Crawford. And I'm saying to myself, with all of the hoopla and boxing talk, and everyone's, investing into future arguments for future fights and such and such, why ain't Shakur starting the momentum versus Teo? The same way he put that energy versus Devin. That was beautiful what he did versus Devin. I respect it, fight fans. But I need that same shit done to Teo. You may say Mainman Loma. That's cool, but I'm talking super fight. Loma and Shakur is not a super fight. That's a good fight. Fans will show up for that fight. But super fight is Teo and Shakur. Shakur ain't even got to look nowhere for his big fight, bro. So that's why when I see all of these names keep floating in there for Shakur, I'm just baffled. And not to mention Bob. Bob perhaps has one of the biggest fights in the sport on his hands. Why he ain't doing it? Man, Shakur's not at 140. Shakur would take that. He would take Teo in a heartbeat. They can work something out. And truth be told, that's a good ass fight. That's a real good fight, bro. That's a real. I'd probably lean Shakur over Teo. I think that Shakur has the ability to take tools away. And, Teo has sometimes at points has those mental breakdowns in the fight. I think Shakur play all on that shit. I think Shakur will take a lot of the big shots away from Teo. And Shakur's footwork and legs make him win the day for him in that situation. You know what I mean? But I like that fight, man. I think that's a super fight for Shakur. It's a super fight for Teo. It makes sense. It's nothing about it that doesn't make sense. Shakur can probably get his Puerto Rican fan base to come on out. You know what I mean? Get his black fan base to come out. Teo get his side to come out, man. That shit would be huge. I don't know what the hell going on. Bob can't promote it until Shakur signs something, though, right? It is what it is. Imagine if Shakur go after Loma and Teo. You think that Shakur is top 10 pound for pound if he beat both? Facts. Top 5. Shakur has already checked the boxes of moving up. You know what I'm saying? He's already checked the boxes of winning titles and wiping out a weight class and beating the best at a class. What he did with Valdez and Herring. He's already checked those boxes. You go up and beat a Loma and a Teo, shot, he top 10. He top 5. He's top 5, hands down. And he in the top 5 with his homie Bud. Bud being number 1, of course, by a mile, might I add. But he's definitely top 5. And this is why I'm like, bro, every money, legacy, belts, all right there. And I know Bob got to be telling them the same thing. Bob probably trying to run game on him though. Like, I ain't gonna pay you but so much for those fights though, kid. You know what I mean? Knowing Bob. But those are good fights. Those are pay-per-view level fights. There's no reason why those fights should not be going down. You know, we'll see which way Shakur goes. And keep in mind, Shakur's next fight versus Artem. It's not a. I know a lot of people saying Frank beat him, but that's not a really walk in the park. Artem can punch. Frank had his hands full in that fight. That wasn't no walk in the park. People better go back and watch that Frank Martin and Artem fight, man. That wasn't no walk in the park for Frank Martin. People are like, oh, he fighting Frank's leftovers. No, this dude ain't no easy walk in the park. He's one of them dudes you got to come on your A game with. You know what I mean? If you don't, you fuck around gonna have a long night. You know what I'm saying? So nah, Shakur got to approach this fight. I get it ain't the most popular name, it ain't the most popular fight, but on a competitive level, Artem and Shakur is honestly a damn good, not too bad of a fight. You know what I mean? Not too bad of a fight. Come on, man. Hey, Pooh Dang, was that shit blow? Hey, he better not, man. He better not let Keyshawn come and take that fight, bro. He better not. Keyshawn ain't even on the map, far as on the elite level yet. You know what I mean? And if Keyshawn come from out of nowhere, because every fight that passed, the one thing that Keyshawn don't do is miss taking a shot at Teo. And after Keyshawn's last fight, remember they had that little dust up at the press conf when they got caught with the open mic. When Teo was on some sympathetic, oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? But that hot mic moment went viral. So that means that momentum is building towards Keyshawn and Teo. And Keyshawn is not going to let that go because Keyshawn is in the same boat as Shakur. It's like who I'm going to fight. So I can't fight my boy Shakur. So I'm going to go to the next one up. I respect what Keyshawn is doing. And if he lands it, right now, Teo and his father, they ain't going to entertain it right now. They trying to get some money. They trying to get Eddie on the phone. If you listen to their recent interviews, they trying to link up with Eddie Hearn. But the fact of the matter is, bro, Keyshawn get that fight, bro. I'm going to be looking at Shakur like, man, you let a hell of an opportunity slip through your fingers, bro. Real spill. In Teo's Cigar Talk interview, it sounded like he want that Shakur fight too. Tough. Oh, man. And that's another thing. Like Shakur don't want Teo to start really taking the spotlight in that. Oh, you don't hear Shakur calling my name? Oh, that'd be a terrible move. If Teo come out like, listen, I've been sitting here and I'm waiting for somebody to say my name and no one's saying it, bro. Somebody, it's like he right. He ain't lying. If he put Shakur on the spot and say, well, why ain't Shakur saying my name? Why we both got the same promoter? We both was on the same network. You don't see Shakur running up on me, bro. That would be people gonna look at Shakur like, what you got to say about that, bro? What you got to say about that? And Shakur gonna say, well, he's gonna point to some article from probably last year and say, I said something last year. Y'all just missed it. I've been saying stuff to Teo. No, bro, you gotta stay on it like the Hornet. You gotta stay on it like the Hornet. You know how it is in this boxing climate. 24 hours is an eternity in boxing. So many news cycles and headlines can pop up and just make people forget. You got to stay on it. And Teo ain't had no one to fight. Teo rolling around through fights, scouting different fights, just chilling. I'm like, nobody pushing up on Teo. Just the only one I seen pushing up on him, and I hate to say this, is Devin. I don't understand it. I'm lost for words, fight fans. I'm really am, man. So I want to see more energy go in that direction, bro. Teo said once you break Shakur's jab, it's over. Now he ain't out here giving pointers. He ain't out here giving keys of victory and shit. Nah, he ain't doing that, bro. Come on. Hey, Shakur, come on, man. Come on, Shakur. Teo says once you break Shakur's jab, that it's over. The way that he said, it sounded like he couldn't get past Shakur's jab himself in sparring. Listen, I favor Shakur. Shakur with the jab and footwork, as well as the reflexes, takes tools away from Teo. Teo would have to be pressing. And people may say, well, Shakur's going to get in there and run. He's going to get in there and run. Man, I think he's just going to get in there and just take shit away from Teo. And Teo ain't going to be able to, he's not going to have the liberty of, say, like Lomachenko, having Lomachenko be the shorter, smaller guy, having to come to the inside to cause a bunch of damage. Nah, man, that's not going to be the case with Shakur. Or maybe like the case with Teo and Josh Taylor, where Josh overstayed his welcome at the weight class, as you can clearly see from his last fight with Jack Catterall. Overstayed the class a little too long, and Teo already knew that little well-kept secret, and he had it tucked in his back pocket. A bit of an advantage to a certain degree. That doesn't fly with Shakur. I believe that Shakur honestly can fight at 140 if he wanted to. I mean, Shakur, man, I'm just saying, bro. I think that's where the energy is, man. That's just, Teo will not fight him, says Pookie Bear. Bob can make something shake. Bob can make something shake. Man, go talk to Turkey, man. This is what Turkey might look. Turkey trying to put big shows here in America. Turkey and Bob rubbing shoulders. Turkey in the building. Does Jay Prince have any fighters that are not with Top Rank? Shakur should be a bigger star than what he is. Shakur should be a bigger star. Yeah, that's more of, far as Shakur's star power. I think that it's just his style, man. You know what I mean? It's not that he's not trying on social media. You see him on social. Some people are saying he on social media too much, and you're getting tired of seeing him. It's not like he ain't trying. He's clout chasing. He's trying to stay next to Tank. It's just his performances. This is like I always say about Devin Haney. In order to achieve this overall popularity that you want, it has to be more than just talk. Like, the fans have to see your performances, and they got to say, bro, I am dying to see you fight again. And truth be told, as good as Shakur is, and he's very good, not just good, but very good. Fans, you only as good as your last performance. And in Shakur's case, well, his performances are great to us diehards and boxing purists, but to the casuals and the guys like that make you that bigger star, well, they don't subscribe to what Shakur does in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? But he's gonna have to suck that up, and that don't mean you got to change who you are for that reason. Like I always go, Andre Ward didn't have to do it. Bud didn't have to do it, but Bud get knockouts though, right? He on a knockout streak. But Ward didn't have to do it. B-Hop didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes fought through belts in the whole 9 yards, and they still walking into the Hall of Fame. They're still admired by boxing fans across the globe. I mean, you got to just be who you are and just be good at who you are sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. The noise and the roars are with the knockouts and the aggressive fighting. We love that. That's why Tank is where he's at. That's why Bud is where he's at. But sometimes you just got to be just good at what you are. You can be known as just a technician, and you can just be praised for that. I mean, Floyd Mayweather did it in the second half of his career. Floyd was just good at selling himself. Floyd would hype people up before the fights like he about to go in there and really knock somebody's head off. Whole time, those who was in the know knew that Floyd was going to get in there and tap dance. Everyone knew, you know what I'm saying? So, but Floyd was good, man. It's selling the fight, talking that trash before the fight, because he had to compensate, knowing that the fight itself, well, it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? It's going to be okay. And you're going to pay $90 to $100 for it too. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Keyshawn, what's up, Willie? What's up with you? Keyshawn is not fighting Teo. He won't even fight Cruz even though he told Eddie that he would fight him in 2024. I mean, Keyshawn's still a pup, man. All Keyshawn doing is just investing into the future. It's a smart move. Keyshawn got 10, 11 fights somewhere around there? Like, he's still a pup, you know what I mean? But what he is doing, once he gets to that level of boxing maturity where he feels as though it's time to go to that next level, well, his name is already going to be out there. And that's half of the battle right there. He's staying ahead of the game. You feel me? And that's what you got to do. So even if he can't land those fights, the fact is that there's energy and momentum in those fights. I mean, in those confrontations. When he fight again, if he have another moment with Teo, or if he takes to the interviews, you know what? Yeah, I don't like Teo. It's just something about him. I don't like his face. I don't like nothing about his face. I don't like his father face. I don't like their faces. Like that's going to build momentum back towards it. And people, every time they see Keyshawn, hey, do you really want to fight Teo? Every time they see Teo, Keyshawn been saying this about you. Meanwhile, Shakur on the sidelines. Come on, man. So even though it may not be happening tomorrow, happening in the next fight or two, there's energy there. And if the noise get loud enough, guess what? That fight gonna get done. You know what I mean? That fight gonna get done. Only thing is though, right now with Teo though, I don't like the way he acting. I don't know if it's his father that's turning me off to him or whatever, but dog, his father, man, his father is just too obnoxious for me, bro. Like, there's a lot of fathers who get on my nerves. Bill Haney ass get on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? But Teo father just, dog, he just reckless. He be saying shit. He says that I thought Angel Garcia took the prize for the dumbest father in boxing. I thought Angel Garcia had that by a mile. But I don't know. I think Teo's father then took it, bro. I think Teo's father then took it and ran with it, man. Eddie Hearn, I mean, they clearly signed to Bob Arum. He all on camera, all in the videos, yelling out Eddie Hearn's name. We want to get with Eddie Hearn. Eddie, we're going to fly you out to the fight. Eddie, we want you ringside at our next fight. We're going to fly you out. We'll pay for the tickets. I'm looking at this goofball like, bro, what the hell? Like, then even if y'all have plans of wanting to get with Eddie, why are you blasting it all across TV? You don't think Bob Arum see that? He gonna end up chauffeuring your son behind that shit. Y'all keep messing with Bob, bro. Y'all ain't learned y'all lesson from that Triller move. They have not learned their lesson. Remember what happened when Teo ventured out and he ended up over there with Triller and DAZN and all of that. Bob wasn't too happy about that. That didn't mention, remember when they threatened Bob, when they found out Bob sabotaged their purse bid and forced them to give him a new deal and so on and so. Man, y'all keep on messing with Bob, Joe. You hanging it out there publicly that y'all trying to get down with Eddie Hearn. So when it comes to the dumbest fathers in the sport of boxing, Teo Sr., this Senior, hands down, by a mile, blows Angel Garcia out the damn water. You know what I'm saying? Tell me I'm lying, fight fans. Tell me I'm lying. Salute to my homie Trap House Boxing us up in here, man. Salute to you, my man. Hope all is well. Fight fans, we getting ready to shut this one on down, man. We're going to shut this one on down. Jerry says, yo, man, what's up with you, Jerry? Shakur has next to no fans and has shown that he will stink the place out and run. Nobody wants to fight him for those reasons. That's why I was saying, like, you only as good as your last performance. It's as simple as that. And that's why when someone asks the question why he's not as big as he should be, that just nails it on the head. Knockout sale, everybody. Period. You can't manufacture that. You can't just have a fan base that talks on your behalf. You can't just be on Twitter all day, social media. There was if you go back about, I don't know, I'd say about maybe from last year to the previous 2 or 3 years, like clout chasing was at an all-time high. Like that's when it came in. It was huge. I honestly think it's getting to a point you can do it for your name to be kind of everyone know who your name is, but for people to believe in you, they still got to see it, bro. They got to see it. They got to see in your performance and say, you know what? He's special. Not you telling me, not people on your behalf telling me. People got to see it. I believe Shakur is special, but the way he fights, it's going to have to convince a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to convince a lot of people. Would you think that Teo jumps on Devin fight after Devin looking bad? 100%. Maybe that's the reason why they pressing Eddie out so bad. For that reason right there. Devin over there with Eddie. Maybe this is the reason right here they're pressing to get up. I mean, I could not believe when I heard that shit, bro. I wish I would have took down the audio from that, man. Teo's father is literally openly inviting Eddie Hearn. They want to get down with Eddie Hearn. Maybe they're looking at Devin as a wounded duck. Devin maybe not too right together here all the way yet. And maybe not in the gym, I was hoping I seen Bill Haney recently receiving an award at the Boxing Writers Association. I think he got Manager of the Year. Didn't see Devin there. Haven't seen Devin since the fight like that. Other than that one little interview that he did. Didn't see Devin there. I hope everything is cool in the world of the Haneys. You know what I'm saying? Hope everything is cool. Give Me Mine says Keyshawn is calling out top dogs. You see him with the top dogs, but in reality, he got like 10 fights. But he putting in, he's getting himself out there. He's putting in work. He's building towards shit. I respect it. I respect it. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. You feel me, Jerry? Joke, bro. Joke, man. Joke. Shakur is the best out of all of the young, out of all of the youngins. Casuals are the ones talking about running and knockouts. The hardcores knows he's special. Facts. Facts. And to me, that's good enough for me. But to get to the super popular Gervonta Davis Canelo level, well, it's going to, but to me, that's just fine. And what you just described right here, Damon, gets him into the Hall of Fame. And it creates a beautiful, beautiful legacy. So I'm going to rock with that. All right, fight fans. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I just wanted to come on through, man. Chop it up for a good hour, a power hour. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up with some of the fam, man. I'm going to get on back to me chilling on vacay for a little bit more. And I'm heading on out the country next week, fight fans. So the uploads are going to continue to be sporadic through this coming week. But we will be back in normal rotation, putting in a lot of work, starting with the Gervonta Davis fight. So be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all, man. Do the homie a favor. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. If you did not hit it on the way in, share. Rock those bells. I want to say thank y'all all for coming on through and rocking out on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Y'all know we ain't got no fights on tonight. So it's very unfortunate. We did that Adrian Bronner one last night. Y'all can go back and watch the immediate reaction. We did a good late night one last night. That was pretty cool. We're going to try to come on back tomorrow for We Talking Boxing Live. I may have to do it on the fly, but I'm definitely going to try to get on here tomorrow to chop it up with the fam. It's time to also to get back to the phone calls, fight fans. When we get back into regular rotation, phone calls will be coming back. The phone lines are just, burning to be rung. You know what I mean? And if you want to take down the number for future live streams, everybody, that's our call-in number. Y'all gonna be sure to call me up because I'm gonna need the footage for some shorts that I'm looking to do for the channel. So call me on up, become a star, and get in one of my shorts. If you give me a hot phone call, you will make the shorts, and the shorts always does very, very well. So help a brother out. We will have the phone lines wide open once we go back into normal rotation after I'm done with my vacation, fight fans. So I want to say thank y'all all. Have a blessed day out there, man. Stay stressed and sucker free. Remember, the devil is everywhere, man. Omnipresent. He wants you sad, depressed, thinking that you are not more than a conqueror, thinking that you cannot change this cruel world. Yes, the hell you can. Let that light in you shine, man. Go out there and change the world, and then come on back and let us know how you did it. Be good, fight fans. I get up with y'all real soon. To the next video, man. Peace out. Hold up. Hey, fight fans, as you can see from the fam out there, salute to my bro Pooh Dangles giving me the heads up. So we done lost most of the audience at this point, but thanks, man. So we got Xander Zayas versus Patrick Teixeira going down tonight. Damn. I'm not going to be able to catch that one, man. That should be interesting to watch. You know what I'm saying? So thanks to my homie Pooh Dangles out there. Give Me Mine says something going on with the zone at 8-2. Okay, well, enjoy tonight's fights, everybody. Enjoy tonight's fights. Thank y'all for the heads up. I might try to catch one or two of those myself. Everything done off the jab. Everything.